This is Leigh Carson, St. Louis family law attorney. I want to talk to you today about marital misconduct. When people get divorced, they think the judge will really care that their spouse had an affair. Probably not. That's so common these days, that's not a big deal. What is a big deal is if your spouse was physically abusive, abused drugs, or wasted money. Money is an easy thing to quantify, so the judge can understand what they did. I think it's also a problem if they do something that is personally offensive. I had a client who was married to a woman who I'd have to say she was a preacher. She had a very charismatic church. They spoke in tongues. They had laying out of hands. My guy went to her church with his girlfriend and held hands through the service. The judge was angry, and he paid the price for that. Also, I had a client who took his girlfriend and her daughter, not his daughter, but her daughter, to Hawaii on a trip, and he claimed that he used all frequent flyer miles and hotel points. That may be, but that's also marital property, so he paid the price. So the fact that your spouse had an affair, didn't involve the children, didn't come in your house with her, unlikely to make a difference. A final story, I had a client whose husband, she was very, very devout Roman Catholic woman. She went to high mass in Latin, every day of the week. They had 6 children. She'd gotten pregnant several times following the rhythm method of birth control, so she declined essentially to have sex with him. For 20 years, he had an affair, had sex with this woman, and bought her lunch 2 to 3 times a week. We added up what we thought the cost of lunch would have been. It equaled the amount of equity in their house, so I convinced the judge to give her house off the top and divide the remaining property 50-50. So as you can see, it's got to be a pretty extreme situation before the judge will get excited about it. So calm down. Don't spend your money trying to get vengeance. Spend that money on a therapist.